I'm Casey Teague,
And I'm Terrion Evans.
and this is Let's Talk About It podcast.
Today we have
Angela Green.
and
Contavious with.
so you guys have a movie coming out called Fifth Step, right? So my first question is, what is like the general premise of the movie?
So Fifth Step is about a gentleman who's he's a recovering alcoholic.
Mhm.
He's going through his 12-step program but on this particular day when he turns to his brother for help,
Yeah.
he's faced with dealing with his fifth step, and he has to deal with the complex family dynamics that threaten his recovery.
So since this movie does have a heavier connotation around it, what is like the target audience for this movie?
I mean, this movie is kind of geared towards individuals who are dealing with recovery,
Mm-hmm.
addiction, mental health, just anyone who has come in contact with it, whether it's directly or they know of someone that has dealt with it.
Got it.
So, what inspired you to want to create a movie like this?
So, what inspired us to do this film is because of our workforce development program.
Mhm.
So, I'm executive director of On Location Memphis. We're a arts organization. We teach entertainment business through real life application. And our workforce development program is geared towards the below the line jobs on television and film productions. So we've been doing workshops with the Memphis and Shelby County Film Commission on different various jobs on the television and film set. And a part of that beta test was to actually produce a film project where individuals are able to kind of put what they've learned to test or to use on a real film set. So that's what the whole purpose behind shooting the film was.
So, Mr. Witt, how long did it take to produce and direct the film?
I would say the films usually start from the contract phase.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Um, so that was about like 2 months from the time really about 3 months because you started before I even got as the next term. But so 3 months from the time you want to, talk to an actor, talk to anybody in the staff, contract them, negotiate the contracts, then finish. Probably another 2 months of, well, I say another 30 days to 45 days of filming, and another 3 months of post production, which is, of course, y'all know, the editing,
Yeah.
sound, all these things. So I would say about 6 or 7 months total for a film. What is the film? I mean, what was the budget on the film? What,
About 30
about 30K?
$30,000.
Oh,
So,
wow.
Okay.
and those were 30K with just, two or three major locations, one real primary location. How many actors are what?
We had 10 actors.
10
Mm.
actors. Then you had staff involved with that.
It was like 20 people all together that
Altogether, yeah.
produced it. I mean,
Right.
it took a year total. If you go from when I started writing the script, which
Mhm.
took about 3 months, to when we actually are here now, it was finished probably around January of this year. It took a full 12 months
Right.
total.
So that would circles to my next question. Where is the setting of Fifth Step?
Uh,
It's right here. It's in Shelby County.
Straight in Memphis.
Yeah, right here in Shelby County. We filmed at various homes within the city limits. Also the international airport, White Station Tower. But primarily the first 3 days we shot for over 4 days. The first 3 days were actually in one location, one home, and then that last day we moved to about two or three, no, 3 to 4 other locations for pickup shots.
Pretty nice home, too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually,
like
pool
what
in
you
the
said,
back. It's
everything.
Right.
interesting.
So, about the movie, can you give us some insight on the characters in Fifth Step?
But like I said, we're not going to give too many spoilers.
Right.
It is a short film, so there's not much we can talk about. But the main characters are Owen and Spencer. Owen's a
Mhm.
recovering alcoholic, and his brother Spencer. They're dynamic. They're fraternal twins. Spencer is married, Tamara, and then they have a mutual friend, Bobby. So those are the four main characters.
Mhm.
Oh, and then also Owen has a AA sponsor, Marcus. So those are the main characters there. A few others that kind of come in and out, but the story kind of centers around them.
Got it.
Right.
So give me some information about this premiere, the screening, and all that. I want to know more about when's the showing, where is it going to be at, is streaming platforms. Like, I really want to see this movie. So,
But
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be April 14th at
mhm.
Malco Powerhouse. It's going to be a red carpet event. There are going to be opportunities to kind of speak with the actors,
Mhm.
actresses, and the staff. So we invite everybody out. I think I mean, it'll start around 5 p.m., but
Mhm.
the film should go on between 7:30 and 8 o'clock.
Mhm.
But we'll be there just really kind of celebrating because this is the first film through On Location Memphis, Memphis Movie Productions. And it's a starter, and it'll allow people to realize that you can shoot your films in Memphis.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I'm from Atlanta, so I saw the boom happen in Atlanta live and direct.
Right.
Got it.
From minor films, minor movie homes, to Tyler Perry building his studios, to all of the major studios, kind of moving into the city. And I think Memphis has that same talent base. And the whole premise is to bring people together in Memphis to kind of shoot movies, so that it's not so expensive, so that it's not so much of a barrier of opportunity. It could be something that, like what you guys are doing.
Mhm.
So we
Right.
love to see the fact that you are in here professionally doing what you're doing,
Mhm.
because this is the next generation of what Memphis has in arts.
Mhm.
Absolutely. And then also too, the red carpet event is in the lobby of the Powerhouse Cinema and Grill. So even if you don't have a ticket, you still can participate in the red carpet event. But we'd like for you to come in and actually see the film itself. The
Mhm.
tickets are $20. It includes popcorn and a drink. Thanks to the Memphis and Shelby County Film Commission. And then, of course, after that, there'll probably be other ways that you can see the film. But right now, we're focused on the screening.
Got it.
So another question I have for both of you all: what were some challenges y'all faced with creating the film?
Just working with talent is probably one. I come from the music side,
Mhm.
Mhm.
as a writer, producer, and rapper. Into the legal side, dealing with talent is just one of the hardest things you could do. Then on the other side, like you said, the below the line jobs, cameras, lighting, sound, making sure those are in kind of one accord. The post production, dealing with the issues you had during shooting, and then above all, just egos. I think reining in expectations will be the next, handling the next challenge we do with these films, because when you set expectations up front, people can
Mhm.
meet them or not meet them. But if you
Mhm.
don't set expectations, it's just not a fair proposition to
Got it.
expect someone to read your mind. So I think that's a really big lesson we learn, to set those expectations and to hold people accountable for those expectations.
Right.
Yeah, and this was our first project, so we were learning on the go.
Mhm.
Many of the people who participated, including myself, this is our first time doing this. So this is my first time writing a script, my first time executive producing a film, and going through that whole process. Just learning about the different things that are required in order to put this on. Like I didn't realize that I have to feed 20 some odd people for 4 days, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and how do you pay for that, and how do you coordinate all that in between everything else that was going on. Being
Right.
educated, and then being open to being educated by the people who were on the set, because some of the people there, they did have the experience and had done several projects, although the majority of us, this was our first or second time being on the set. So just being open to being educated. We originally were going to have everybody there, hair, makeup, and everything. And somebody say, no, we need a separate location for all of that. You can't have all of that going on at the actual location where you're shooting. And so we came up with a location that was offset for that, and it turned out very well, because it helped keep down the chaos, on
Mhm.
the set, by basically having another location where the actors met, they changed into their wardrobe, they got their hair and makeup, and then we shuttled them to the location where they were actually shooting. So it just streamlined everything and made it better. But being open to being educated by the
Right.
people and open to their ideas is what kind of helped keep it, I'd say, so it was not as difficult, so to speak,
Yeah.
um, to put it on.
Got it.
Mhm.
Well, I'm very, very enthusiastic about this film, Fifth Step. We're very excited to see. Casey, you excited about this movie?
I'm real excited.
I'm very
We all
excited.
are, because this movie is for everyone, even though it is,
Mhm.
the themes of it can be a little heavy, but the movie itself is for any age group, and we basically we invite everyone to come out and check it
Mhm.
out and see what we put together. I think people will be pleasantly surprised.
To piggyback off that too, one of the benefits of this movie being the first, we're measuring it.
Mm.
Hewlett Packard, the founders of Hewlett Packard said one thing: if you can't measure it, you can't manage it,
Mm.
right? So this is the first opportunity for us to measure the impact of marketing, the impact of interviews, the impact of everything surrounding the sale and monetization of the film,
Mhm.
and we're going to host that at the end of a year on our site, and it's going to be called it's in the Art Tour Club, which is a part of
Mhm.
On Location Memphis. And she don't know I'm gonna say this, but it may be an opportunity to get them some access to it, maybe for a month or two,
Mm.
because we have several, different opportunities in there to watch, experts in the field without having to go through what we went through
Right.
to learn the inside outs of this business without having to have that barrier of entry. So
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought up that point because this is a whole educational process. At the end, independent filmmakers, they want to learn, can I monetize this? Am I going to be able to make money from this whole project? And so there are different ways you can go about trying to monetize your project. We're just implementing a strategy. And at the end of the year, we are going to report on how successful that strategy was, good or bad.
Right.
Well, I'm thankful for you guys for coming today. Thank you, Attorney Green and Mr. Witt, for coming out. This is Terry on,
This is Casey T.
and that's it for today for Let's Talk About It.
thank y'all.
Thank
Thank you.
you.